again this setup. All right. Oh wow. Trying to set up this so you can guys see everything here. All right. As I promised this morning, I'm gonna be working with the Reliance now because I have to deliver 2,000 of them. So I'm opening here the boxes. I'm gonna show the voltage stability on these cells. All right. Let me make sure we have the top chat on. You guys can see this. I should put my iPad to read your comments. Guys, tell me if the audio is okay, okay? Let me make sure the audio should be perfect. I love bacon buddy. Look at this. That's the Reliance, okay? RS50s. I just opened this box and I need to deliver 2,000 cells between one customer and other ones. That better just end watching the new cells arriving unboxing video. Nice. Let's see. As I mentioned, I like to take from front, from the other corner, from the center, maybe the other corner. Samples. See. When I deliver, it's when I check one by one. Um, but I check first this randomly. See, I put the contacts together to make sure it goes in zero. Hey man, what are those? This is I sorry from the beginning. This is RS50s. Reliance RS50s. 5,000 milliamp cells. This is tapless cells, okay? They are rated for 70 amps continuous current with temp cut. I know they can do, 45 continuous, 50 amps continuously without temp cut. They are great, incredible cells. And if you see they say 5,000 milliamps, they give more than that. They give more than that. This batch is pretty good. So I'm gonna be checking now they are excellent. They are excellent cells. Let's check the voltage stability now. Let's start by come on. 3.492. 3.492. 3.492. 3.493. 3.48. This one, let me see. Let me double check this. Yep, 3.487889. 3.492. 3.492. 3.492. 3.492. Let me put more. 3.492. 3.492. That's perfect. That's good enough for me. Let's check the next box. As I mentioned, I need to deliver a lot of them. Yes, there's one 3.4 is still on range. It was point 0.1, I guess was this one. 3.48. It could be the tester. No, actually this one is backwards. 3.492. Because if you, well, let me check the other. This one is the cheapest flukes. Let me get my other flukes actually. Now that you mentioned that. Yep. This one is my favorite. That more, even more precise. This is the Flux 87. This is even better. They have different readings. This one probably is gonna read different voltage. 49.6. See? Actually, let me put it like this. You can see it. I like to use the other one because have a bigger display, and I'm kind of blind, so I prefer the bigger display. But this one is more. The true is this one is better tester. 3.496, 3.496, 3.496. Let me grab again the other one that was kind of 3.496, 3.496. This one, if you see reading, the capacitor is faster in this tester. I like it more. 3.496, 3.496. 3.496, 3.495. That point is nothing. 3.495, 3.496. Actually, when you make a title, hold it, see? That's perfect, man. The last number doesn't mean nothing, but it's pretty stable. These cells are amazing, amazing. These cells. All right, let's open the next one. Let me put this back here. How often do you find bad cells? Not often. Not often, to be honest, because I get the cells from reliable sources. Dutch factory. I mean, it can happen. It can happen. But when I say a bad cell is when it's off, I never receive dead cells. Never. Itself. I seen sales, for example. I'm checking. You see that I have a 3.49. Maybe I received one in a blue moon, one that say 3.30 something, or one can be one cell, or could be, a different batch or something like that. Yes, that can happen. When that happen, I just take it apart. I mean, take it apart, or even I just drop off the full shipment if I find something that is off, because all of them, they need to be. This, for example, let me show you something. Let me show you. The box usually tells you the voltage range where those cells should be. Let me see if this one say it. Some of them, they say it. EV is very good telling you that. Sometimes even so this one, see, look at the grade between 5120 and 5160 out of 5,000. So this is very very, and I test this already. I'm getting very consistent over 5120. 5130, 51. I mean, I ain't getting. That's why in the videos I explain the RS50 are gonna give you more capacity than any other cell, and this is true. I tested, and the box is telling you. So very recent, and a state of charge 30%. That's how the delivers, the voltage deliver on the cells only 30%. Why? Because legally by has math, you cannot deliver a cell, for example, fully charged, or even 50%. You need to be in the 30s, 35%. That's the numbers that you have to be. All right, let's open this and check this, how it's doing. Two from the corner. I just take it randomly. All right. I almost cut myself with that thing. See, this one is kind of this tester, and I like it, but it's just too small. The screen. I wish they make it larger. Let's see. Let me move this to the corner. You guys, I'm trying to make it this look nice in the video. Let's see. 3.496. See, same voltage as the other. They're matched. 3.497, 3.496, 3.496, 3.496, 3.496, 3.496, 3.496, 3.497, 3.497. That's excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, and actually, let's check something. Now that we are here, I'm gonna check IR. Let me get the other meter. Guys, can you hear me clear? Uh, Let me find the other IR meter. Let's see. Nice, it's clear. So this is my favorite IR meter. Even when I have a bunch, but this one is my favorite. And I sell actually, the battery is low. I sell this one in the store as well. Um, if anybody is interested, I guess it's in 49.99 or something like that. So this one is tells you the voltage and IR. Let's see if I can put it in a position where you guys can see it. Maybe too much glare from the lights. Let's see. Let me just put it like this. You probably can see it there. IR in these cells, I guess, is like 3.12 or something like 3.20, 3.27. See, 3.27, 3.34. That's excellent. 3.25. 3.23. Look how many points in the voltage this meter can read. It can read four, uh, you know, spaces after the dot. I really like that. What cause IR goes up? IR, what cause the IR goes up? Okay, that's a good question. See, 3.28. 3.21. This is excellent. Look at how consistent are these cells. That's excellent, excellent numbers. Excellent. Okay, what cause IR goes up in a cell? First of all, the use. The use. The more you use the cells, I mean, the more I mean, eventually degrade. Temperature is another thing. I'm gonna show you now. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Why I say temperature? I'm gonna show. I showed this before many times in videos, but it never get old. Okay, let me take out this and put it in a clamp where it's easier for me. I try avoid using the clamp because the clamp bites the cell, okay, and it mark the cells. I don't like mark too much the cells. Even when I know you guys understand that I test cells. If I put the cell here, it's gonna mark it in the back. So I try to avoid doing that. Let me grab another cell. For example, I have this 50 PL red version. Let's see what is the IR and voltage. Okay, in a Lion, depending the model. Let me connect the power here because I don't want this to die here. Maybe charging this while we talk. Maybe. Um, depending depending on the model of the cell is gonna be the IR. Okay. Uh, for example, a storage cell. When I say storage, high capacity storage cells like let's see the EV50E. That one is a high capacity, but it's a slower discharge. The slower is the discharge, the higher is gonna be the the um, the IR is normal. So now look at the IR 3.50, right? In this cell. Look at what's happened when I apply heat to the cell. Let's simulate that we are discharging. Actually, this is not connected. Let me grab the other one. And I'm gonna do it from far. I don't wanna damage the cell either. Look at the, okay, 3.50. Look at the IR. Look, I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me try to zoom this a little bit. Look at what is gonna happen once I start applying heat. It's getting a little bit heat, a little bit. I don't wanna damage either the audio back. The audio is back. Let me know if the audio is back, guys. It's back. Okay. I believe what's happening is the heat gun. It was interference with the with this. Okay. Normally, the more heat, the IR goes up. Okay. Normally, what's happening with the tabless cells? Depending the chemistry, depending the chemistry, I don't know if you hear me before explaining. No, it's not weird. It's happened. I don't know if you hear me explaining before that we get more capacity with tablets at higher amps than testing in lower amps. For example, we noticed that testing tablets, for example, a 50 PL, it happened as well with the 10 power, it happened with the RS50. That testing discharging at 5 amps and 10 amps, we get less capacity. And this happened very often with the JP40 and the 40 PL as well. Testing at 40 amps, 35, 40 amps discharging rate, you expect to have lower capacity because it's no. It's because the cell it's getting in a sweet spot where the internal the electrolytes, so the liquid, and I wish much being here. I don't know if he's in the group in the chat. that he can explain that phenomenon. Is very nice, where it get to the sweet spot where the electrolyte, what is the electrolyte? It's the liquid inside the cell, okay? That liquid, when it get more heat, okay, it's a sweet spot. Listen to what I'm saying. There is a temperature, specific temperature. There is a sweet spot where the viscosity from the electrolytes, it get more free. Remember, it's like you have imagining syrup, right? And then you heat it up, and then the syrup get more liquid. That exactly happened with the electrolyte inside the cells, where they start flowing better inside the cell. And this explains why we can get even more capacity from those cells. Um, and that happened with the tablets. But there's a sweet spot where, see, it's still warm, where you pass even that, like you cross the line where it's the sweet spot, and then the IR start decreasing and the performance start decreasing. But for example, 35 amps, 40 amps in these cells, the cell love that temperature. When it get to that temperature, in the, I will say, in the 40 degrees, in the 45 degrees, oh my god, you get even more capacity. It's not a crazy number. I'm talking, I mean, you get sometimes 50 more milliamps, 20 more milliamps. It's not a crazy number. But it's probably back the audio. What's happened is that I have my glucose monitor. I'm diabetic, and I have my glucose monitor. And when the app from the glucose, because I disabled the Bluetooth. Anyway, it was an app. Anyway, if we do the same thing with let me find another cell. A regular cell. Let me find a regular cell. Let me see if I have. I don't know if this one is a good example. This one is a Sanjo, if I don't recall. Uh, that's gonna be super high number, like music share. Let's see what numbers we get from this. This is an old cell. Look at, and actually it's a bad cell. That's a bad cell, 1 volt. Let me find something. This is a used one. Let's see what I can use. Trying to find a regular cell. Let's check. This is a Samsung 50E, and it's used. I don't know in what condition is this cell. Maybe have a good voltage, maybe not. All right, this is fully charged. 4.11 is almost fully charged. 13 milliamps. It's not bad for the kind of cell that is. It's not bad. Let's see how these cells react with heat. Let's see. It's to show you that no matter what, it's affected by heat. And another thing, let me clarify something. Why these numbers start fluctuating depending how tight is the connection. That's another thing. This get more stable when you test something more, I mean, more tight in the connection. Let's see now with the heat. Oh, you know what? I have the heat gun, the Milwaukee. This one is easier to use. All right, let's see if the numbers. We can see these numbers. Okay, better. Let's see what happened with this cell. Get some heat. Check the IR. It's getting better. Electrolytes are heating up. And it started going down. Yep. You know what? Do I burn it? Let me see something. Yep. Another thing that many people doesn't know what happened when you put two cells in parallel, the IR decrease as well. Okay? See? Because the heat helps inside. But again, there is a sweet spot where it's gonna the voltage start going down as well because it's gonna start suffering voltage drop in performance. So that's why to explain you why the heat is good on until certain point. Do you know the Teslas when they make the applied? You know the Tesla applied when they put it in launch control and the guys they have to stop, put the brake, and wait until the car say that it's ready. You know what the Tesla is doing? Heating up the pack before launching the car. Maybe it's fixed now. Probably. Let me know if the audio is okay. Okay, we're back. So the Teslas they heat up the pack before launching, for high performance. And that's exactly why, because when they get a little bit more heat, the electrolytes are more free, okay? But again, there is a sweet spot. There is a sweet spot. There is a point when it's too hot, then it decreases the performance, okay? That's very usual. Now, talking about what to answer the question, one of the guys he asked, "What is a good IR?" Okay, depend the model, depend the serials. We need to check data sheet. This is a Samsung, for example, 50E. Normally, even a 50S have a similar IR. Let me check the 50S if I have one here to check IRs. I may have one. Yeah, Samsung 50S. I guess this is around 10 or 12. Let me see. Yep, 10.92. So this is a medium, I call it medium performance cells, okay? The lower is the IR, the more performance we expect from the cell, okay? That's why when we see cells like the RS, this one is in 3.2. However, there's few exceptions. Let me show you another one. Um, Let me see where is my. Good Lord, where is my 10 power? Where are? I'm looking for the 10 powers. Let's see. Yeah. Again, 50 PL. It's one of the exceptions. Why? Because the IR is not that crazy. See, it's still in the threes. It's still in the threes. But this one is even more performance than JP40 that normally have a lower IR. And, all depend in the chemistry. For example, look at this. Many people maybe don't see this. This is the RS40. This one have even more performance than the RS50. However, it's 4 amps hour. Yep. Now check this. We expect in this one have a lower IR than the RS50. Just a little bit less. Just a little bit less than the RS50. Now look at this. Guys, look at this beast. I'm sorry. This is in another level. This cell is in another level. The 10 power. And I'm gonna be talking later more about this cell. Look at the numbers. I mean, actually, if I make look at how the IR change when I make this connection even more tight. Look at this. Let's see if I can make it more tight. And the other thing is the voltage. The voltage to measure IR it should be in nominal voltage. Okay. This cell is absolutely beast. Now, I want to show you guys something that it's really, really incredible in the 10 power cells. I'm gonna take the time and show you this now. Just to show you what I'm working with as well. Yeah, probably the audio is better now. I just finished printing. It's still. Buddy, I sold so many. Which cell is better, in your opinion, RS50 or 50XG? See, that's. Well, in numbers, in numbers, um, the 10 power looks better, okay? In paper. We need to see that in real life, but I want to show you, share something that is incredible, in my opinion, that you guys need to see. Um, Check it out. This. Let's discuss this, okay? This is a testing report from 10 Power, okay? And in my opinion, it's an absolutely abusive testing report from 10 Power, okay? This is the 50XG and the testing that they do with these cells, okay? In this report, they're explaining the conditions, but look at what this is the performance from these cells, okay? Let me see the condition 10 amps. Okay, they start, yeah, with 10 amps, right? Look at the condition, like the conditions 10 amps, right? Down to 2.5 volts, right? And then they explain what? They explain the amount of cycles that they are getting, 600 cycles on these test conditions, okay? 10 amps, discharge, charging at 6 amps, okay? Resting 10 minutes, and then after discharge, rest 30 minutes, and then keep going again. So they did it up to all the way to 600 cycles. And after 600 cycles under those conditions, the cell still give what, like 90% of the original capacity, okay? What 10 amps is not big deal, but it's the average from what the people test the cells, okay? Now, keep going next one. Then they did the same thing at 20 amps. 30 minutes down to 2.5. Still the same numbers, 600 cycles. Buddy, 20 amps. We are talking. We are talking that most of the manufacturer do not pass from 15 amps. 10 power tested at 20. Now the next one. Now 30 amps, the same conditions. 30 amps. Let's see the numbers. still similar numbers. And here we can see that went little bit down 90%, still over 85% from the original capacity after 600 cycles in those conditions. Now, this get better, guys. This get better. Next one, 40 amps. Now they are crossing the line. 40 amps, still 600 cycles, and is retaining after 600 cycles on the in those conditions, retaining over what? Over 85%. This get even better. 50 amps. 50 amps. Okay? Who does that? Let's keep going watching. Look at the numbers. Now it's going little bit below 85%. That's probably 80% from the original capacity. Guys, it's 500 cycles, 500 cycles, 500 cycles, and it's still retaining 80% at 50 amps. This get better, guys. This get better. 90 amps. And look at how abusive was this test. Pay attention in something. It's not only 90 amps discharging, it's that it's going down to 2 volts, not 2.5, 2 volts. Yes, I fixed the audio now. They are going back down to 2 volts based on this testing. See, they goes, listen, 90 amps continuously with 10 cut, okay? And down to 2 volts, rest 30 minutes. Guys, look at that, 200 cycle tested. They tested only to 200. Not that it cannot do more, it can do more. But after that abusing testing, look at how much capacity still hold the freaking cell. Over 90%. This number is probably about 92, 95%. Not 95. 92, 93% of the original capacity after 200 cycles at 90 amps discharging down to 2 volts. Are you kidding me? I mean, look at this. I mean, let me see the next one. See, the next one is okay. Look at this one. They repeat the same test. Now charging at 15 amps. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. From 6 amps, now they are charging at 15 amps. So that's 3C. That's completely abusive. Discharging 10 amps, resting 10 minutes, and after 500 cycles, charging at 3C, still retain over 80, that's what, 80, almost 90%. Guys, nothing degrade more a cell than fast charging. Nothing degrade more a cell than fast charging, okay? Actually, they are talking about the capacity here too. Okay, you know that's this. See, the cycle is the same thing. Yeah, 2.5, 25 degrees, 25. Let me see the difference. Okay, this one is 15 amps. This one is 10 amps. Okay, no, it's still the same. Wait. Let me see something. Well, it's the same thing. It's just in here they put it in amps hour. Here you put it in percentage, but it's at the end it's the same information. Nothing degrade a cell more than fast charging. Okay, and it's very nice when you see a manufacturer showing this kind of data, because you don't see that very often. See more stuff that they put here. There's a really good data from 10 Power. I mean, in these testings, really good data. So, but It doesn't surprise me. Remember, 10 Power is making the new tabless cells for Moly cells. I mean, they're having collaboration. In fact, the new Moly cell M6, let me see, M65A, that one is made for 10, from 10 Power. 10 Power make that Moly cell for 10 Power. There are gonna be two flavors. There's gonna be the cell from Moly cell. That's gonna be the cell from 10 Power. On is my understanding. It's gonna be like that. I will get the 10 Power. It's a little bit cheaper. You know, Moly cell probably is gonna put that number super high. I mean, I don't know how much. I cannot tell you, but it's gonna be higher. I mean, it's Moly cell. There is Aldo. No, no, there is no data like that from RS50, unfortunately. However, data. There's third-party data like get some sleep. Mikey, I am awake since 2 a.m. of this morning because, buddy, I have so much work to do. I have so many orders that I'm trying to get for tomorrow. I don't want to, hey, for clients confidentiality right now, I'm still in 20 orders left. That's my, that I have to do 20 more orders. Oh, look at that much is here. Molly Quantum Energy makes the M's about 10 power cell tech. Oh, so okay, I just fixed the audio. I just fixed the audio. Um, yeah, I mean, I see. Yeah, I'm awake since 2 a.m. and probably I'm going to bed today, probably 4 a.m. because, buddy, fill it out, fill it out. You was one of the one. Let me see who you are. 290. Let me see if I can find that order. Give me 1 second. Let's see. 290. What is your name? I'm sorry. Is Jeremy or Jamie? Let me see. Joe? No, that's not you. Let's see. 80? You how many you order? Buddy, I have so many orders. I have one. I don't want to give client information. One single person that bought 1,700 RS50s today, and actually I have to add the other. The everything I have now. It's once it's gone, it's gone. I'm trying to find your name. I mean, who ordered 290? I have so many here. Let me see. Alec, maybe? No, that's 80. Because I'm gonna make sure. That's James. Probably no, that's James. That was many. I sold today 5 spot welders. Is that Joe Riz? No. Sorry, guys. I want to make sure this order get out today for tomorrow. If they get, let me see. If they close, you need to test all of the top sales in your application. You need the application. You need the 1 or 2% difference. March. The question that was having, someone was asking is explain why some tablets give more capacity after they heat up. I mean, I was trying to explain about the temperature and the sweet spot with the IR. I mean, but there's a point where the heat is not beneficial. I mean, and it start creating more resistance instead to helping. And when the regular cells, even when the IR can go a little bit down with some heat, it's less beneficial, and you see that in the capacity testing. That will be interesting if you can explain that later. Uh, and uh, and actually, guys, if you want to see the new information from the 50 PLs, much he just posted today. Uh, about talking about the different data sheets and the 50 PLs. Okay, I guess I talked a little bit in a past life about this, but you can see a very details. Okay, you are gonna make it public. So can I show that in the screen, or do you want me to wait for you so more people can go and see it? That's gonna be interesting. If you allow me, I show that now in the screen, so the guys can have a preview. And guys, you need to subscribe to much. No, wait, not the 50 PL. Okay, okay. I thought you was talking about the 50 PL. Oh, you are talking about the okay, the IR. Okay, that's cool. That's gonna be super cool. That information. So, but anyway, guys, if you want to see the 50 PL information, the new information that is coming from the 50 PLs, and that explains why many people are unable to find them, because many people, and I have asking for the new batches 50 PLs. They are not releasing new 50 PLs yet. You cannot buy them yet. Because why? Because EV had issues with 50 PLs. They have issues. Remember, the 50 PLs originally, we call them, my eyes look horrible. We call them 50 PLs, but in reality, EV called them cells made for drone companies. That's how they refer all the time. Oh, that's the cell made for a drone company. That's the cell made for a drone company. They don't want to compromise the name 50 PLs. Even when EB, look at this, when EB send you the cells in these boxes, and guess what they call it? 50 PLs. Okay, that's how they call it, 50 PLs. So, and the batches that I have, the one that do not have, and let me clarify this again, the batches that I'm selling do not have the QR code, is because those boxes are rated with the higher capacity. The ones that, let me put this back, have QR codes currently, they have less capacity, and and they call it, well, B grades. So, and to explain what I'm talking about, the batches assembly shipping does not talk about marketing. See, the badges that I have do not have the QR code, and I'm gonna show you that now. Few samples. Let me see if I have another one to show you what I'm talking about. You're not gonna see this very often. Those one that say FT, okay? They erase the top. This is the identifier that EV use for vendors. The one that I sell, and I'm gonna show you. You probably can see it. Look at how it's scratched. That's coming from EV like that. That's coming from EV like that. Let me. I hope I have the other ones from the first batch that have the QR code to show you what I'm talking about. I probably have one here. Yeah, I have one. Okay. Oh, it fell down. Check it out. This. Okay. Yep. This one looked ugly, and let me explain you, because I peel out this. See, I cut it. The original wrap, I cut it because I was checking the cell. This is the cell that I use for check the cans for from marks and stuff like that, and then I wrap it back with a transparent. If you notice, a transparent wrap. But the important part is this: the QR code. That QR code is erased in the batches that I have. Look at this. In my opinion, from, hey, listen, from about 4,000 cells that I opened, this is the interesting part that I was talking with March. Inside those cells, randomly, I found only two cells with that FT logo mixed with all between all the cells that have scratched. So apparently there was a mistake from Evie leaving those cells. I mean, in the batches, okay, where they are supposed to be scratched, okay, and that's human error. So, but now I know those scratched, in my opinion, look like it was for FT company. They show the conditions sent from EB, and here's the what they explain, okay, and I'm talking. I received that in an email, okay, explaining why they are scratched. They says the A grade cells they was made for a drone company because that's how they call it, for a drone company. When they make it like an excess of cells that the drone company is not buying monthly, because remember, uh, these big clients these big clients they receive sales monthly, like Milwaukee, like D-Wall with the JP40s. They buy sales monthly. When there's two conditions, or if we have overproduction, or the buyer do not have the capacity to buy all the production from EV, for example, or Ampes, then that's when those A grade cells show up available to buy. I mean, that happened with Ampes. Ampes, I remember with the JP40s, early in the days when that was only available in LT wrap. I was able to get an A grade few boxes, but after that, it haven't show up until recently. Now we can get the new Ampes with JP40s with Ampes logo, Ampes wrap, original Ampes. I mean, coming from Ampes, and we can buy it as a grade. I have here actually. It's just that I have under a few boxes there, but and downstairs I have more boxes. But again, I mean, that happened. That's how I get my A grades EV. And even with that, I have to say it. Some of them they came mixed. I found few of them that was not matching the voltage. I put them separate, and I asked for credit to EV because that is not supposed to happen. The cells are supposed, when you see the boxes that I open, all the cells are supposed to be coming when you buy A grades. All the cells are supposed to be matched. I mean, the voltage and all that, they're supposed to be matched. Molicel RS50 best cells. Message retrack. Again, I mean, it's weak. I mean, a Molicel is a proven cell. First of all, Molicel, in my opinion, is a great cells. Okay. Um, we need to be careful when we says which one is the best cell. What do you refer? Which one is the most powerful? Which one have more performance? Or which cell overall? I mean, what cell will last the most? I mean, you need to see what do you refer, or which cell have more capacity. There are different questions, different answers. Okay, I cannot tell you when someone asks me which one is the best cell. I have to ask you, what do you want to do with the cells? That's my next question. Okay, that's gonna be my next question, because if you are telling me no, I want the cell for a flashlight that is, it's not a powerful flashlight, I want that, for a flashlight, buddy. If your flashlight is not a high output, then you want a high capacity cell, okay, with slow discharging rate. Just an example, it's more convenience for you. If you are telling me no, I want the cell to put it in a clock, in a clock, that's a very low discharging rate, then I have to tell you the best cells are the highest capacity. I mean, Now, if you're telling me I want the cell for vaping, and we need to be careful with this because vaping, I mean, if you see the sales, they says not good for vaping. I mean, do not use it for vaping. Is that's something that all the manufacturers are doing. But anyway, you need a very high discharging rate cell, continuous 10 amps. Let me read the comments, okay? I made 6S2P of Reliance from my FPP drones in a not huge drone, but imagining pull 45 minutes. Yes, yes. I mean, again, that's depending the use. I'm gonna answer the question: which one is the best cell? Okay. If you are talking again, high power. I mean, super high power. Yep, notes inside the room essentially the same. Exactly, exactly. Like Much says, I mean, if it's a truly 50 amps discharging rate cell, and how I consider which cell is gonna be a truly discharging rate is when we do the test and the cell do not exceed X amount of temperature, because other brands, they claim, no, this cell is gonna be 30 amps discharging rate, and when, for example, an EV30P, they EV claim 30 amps. I'm sorry, when you put that cell in 30 amps, you see that voltage drop, and it's ridiculous low. That voltage, I don't consider that. Let me read the comments. We can say the best balanced cell in the market is RS50, is good discharging rate and excellent capacity. Yes, I mean, I cannot say it's, I mean, well, after I seen pat that testing with the Reliance 2000 cycles, are you kidding me? So yes, I have to agree with that because me too much. That's exactly what happened to me. I mean, the 50 Reliance 50, no Reliance, 10 power 50 XG. That cell is in another level. I'm sorry. That cell is in another level. When you see that cell, how hard punch, the doesn't have voltage sag. When you see that cell with all the testing that I just showed you, with the abusing testing, when you see the thermal, when I say thermal, it's the temperature that cell produce against comparing with the other cell. That cell is just in a different category. Let me show you a testing that I did with the temperature. Let's see. Much have a bunch of testing. But look at this, look at this. And this is my private testing, okay? This is my private testing. I was testing here these cells, and I test, look at this, the EB50PL, the Molicel P50B, RS50, Samsung 50S, and the 10 Power 50XG, okay? Remember, the lower the better, because this is temperature. This is temperature, so the lower the better. At 40 amps continuous discharging. So the higher the worse. In this case, Samsung did horrible uh, at 40 amps. In fact, we need to stop the testing when it was there because the temperature raised over 80 degrees, and we have to stop that test with the Samsung after what, after less than 6 amps hour, watts hour. That bad is the Samsung. Now the question, is a bad cell? No, it's not a bad cell. Listen, each cell is for each use. If we are talking about 20 amps discharging rate, the Samsung 50S is excellent. Now, if you need 40 amps, then it's a bad sale. You see it? I mean, it's a good sale. It's Samsung. But at 40 amps, I'm sorry. I mean, even when Samsung says that it's a 45 amp sales, it doesn't perform well. Correct. Exactly. At 25 amps is a good sell. 25 amps is a good sell. That doesn't mean that it's a bad sell. Is that at that rate of discharging rate, it doesn't perform like the tablets. Okay. Now look at the numbers. Next cell in temperature that we have to stop as well was the Molicel P50B because uh, it it touched over 485 degrees, but that was almost at the end. So okay, the Moly cell they claim 60 amps discharging or wait 50 amp this I can't remember now. Much correct me on the number. I can't remember in the data sheet from Moly cells because I don't work with the Moly cells very often. Um, but any news about back 50D? Yes, I have news. I have that cell coming for testing. I bought already a few samples and they are due to be shipped. So we are gonna be testing. Much is gonna be testing. As soon as I get it, I will send that to Much. Um, and let's see. Back to this testing. Anyway, look at where the RS50 is. I mean, yes, the 50PL does a little bit better. It's not too much difference. If you notice, RS50 and 50PLs, it doesn't see. Actually, if you notice here, the 50PL here, it stopped because it was already exhausted, discharged. Where the RS50 give you a little bit more capacity, but look at the winner in capacity and temperature, the lowest temperature. Who? 10 power. It finished with only 68 degrees at the end of at 40 amps discharging rate. Buddy, that's a beast. And it's not when you can see in that table that they separate how much was the temperature difference. Let's see. 10 power was 68, RS50 73, 68, 73. We are talking 5 degrees difference. I guess that's a lot. I mean that it's not that it's a lot, but I mean it's noticeable. Much I don't know what numbers do you got from that testing. Do you get something similar or was less noticeable or closer between RS50 and 10 power? In my testing, the 10 power is showed not only in temperature. Look at the voltage. This one is even more impressive. The 10 power in voltage. Voltage. Look at this. Which cell hit the strongest when we start discharging? Remember, this is only 40 amps. 10 power is the first one hitting first. Look at the voltage drop. 3.87. Next one, EV50PL. XG was 7 to 9 degrees cooler, extreme power level. See, 7 to 9 degrees. That's a lot much. I mean, and when you say extreme power levels, I am assuming is 50, 100 maybe. I have no capacity to test 100 amps correctly. Okay, I do not. My limit is right now 23. I'm sorry, 50, 50. And I'm gonna show you guys something. I'm gonna show you this. I like this. I like this. I'm putting together this Frankenstein. This is cool. You're gonna like this. I'm putting well, it's already put together. This beast to test high current testing and be able to produce a lot of watts in discharging. And I still have a bunch of more modules that I'm gonna keep going adding. It's just that I don't have the time. Look at how much more modules I have that I'm gonna be adding to that pack. More modules. So the goal is be able to discharge about 3,000 watts with this tester. 3,000 watts, because I don't want to only be able to test single cells. I want to test the full pack. I want to take a pack like in my future testing, a pack like these 50 PLs. This is going to be a drum pack 6S 2P, and hit very hard on those packs, like 50 amps out of those, for testing to see how behave the cells in packs, because it's not the same thing when we test one single cell that we have air around the cells, and it's not the same condition in a pack. Okay, when we see, for example, 10 power discharging and we show 68 degrees, do not and repeat and hear this, do not expect the same condition when it's put in a pack together. That pack is an open pack for airplanes. Imagine in a pack all contained closed like a e-bike. There's not air circulating. That is nasty for the cells. That is gonna produce a lot of way more heat than a single test in a bench. Okay, that's why when I build my packs, I am very, very conservative in how much current I'm gonna draw. For example, in my builds, when I use RS50s, we know, much just say it, we can drain 50 amps, 45 amps continuously, right? Yes, because it doesn't raise and doesn't overheat the cell. But that's in a bench. That is in a bench test, okay? It's not inside a pack. Inside a pack, I never exceed 35 amps from a high power cell. Continuously. I'm talking continuously. Yes, we can burst. Yeah, we can burst 70 amps. We can burst 80 amps, but never continuously. I like to exceed 30 to 35 amps. I don't like it. It's just I can't, because I know all those cells contain is gonna produce a lot of heat. So if draining that cell at 35 amps, for example, I know in the bench the it's gonna even gonna touch 50 degrees. It's gonna be very soft. So inside a pack, maybe it's gonna touch, if it's continuously again, maybe it's gonna touch 50 degrees, maybe it's 60 degrees. Still, guess what? 60 degrees, it still doesn't damage the cells. For longevity, it's better the coolest the better. Okay, that's a very important detail. So don't build your packs if you need, for example, guys, if you need 2000 amps, 2000 watts. Do not make the count like you're gonna be using all the 70 amps available from the cells to reach that. In your combination, no, don't do that. If you need 2000 watts and you need current, do not use more than 35 amps from the cells, period. Even if the cell, like EV Ridiculous says, 125, which for me, the fact that the cell is able to deliver that doesn't mean that you are gonna do that all the time. Okay, same with even 10 power. They are claiming 90 amps. They are honestly in high power level. 10 power does better than EV50 PLs. That's not a secret. I mean, and Much, now that you are here, Much, do you notice something in the testing from 10 power? I don't know if you noticed this, that I noticed the other day that I forget completely told you. Much, do you notice this in the 90 amps? Let me see where it is. This one. No, that one. That one, much. In the 90 amp testing that they did, they went down to 2.0, 2 volts. 2 volts, not 2.5. The next one was 2.5. The 50 amps, but the 90, 2 volts. There's two things, or they really did it in purpose, or that was a typo. Do you think it was a typo? Or they just went completely extreme to it could be a mistake in the typo. I mean, in the typing the information, which doesn't surprise me. But at the same time, we seen before which one was the cell that they did something similar. I don't know if it was RS50 that they went down to 1.8, and we thought was a typo as well. But after I seen this, maybe they're really pushing the cell that hard for certification. That's what I mean, because I know 10 Power already have the papers for the CC certifications. I believe they are even approved. It's just that, let me show you information that I have here from 10 Power. That, let's see, um, where is data sheets? Sorry that I'm doing this live, but it's cool to see this information now. The much is here. I mean, it's a nice discussion. Let's see if these one are the certifications. Let me see, what is this? Product specifications. Let me see if it's this one. No, I guess this is data sheet. I'm gonna share what I'm looking here. Yeah, this one look like data sheet. It's not the one. One of them is was for certifications. No, it's not. It's this one is similar. I guess this one is similar. Maybe this. No, this was X for 40XG. No, it's this one is the ME50 ME. That's another 10 Power. We haven't talked about these ones, but there's other ones that I have here. Let's see. Okay. That's independent test. Maybe it's here. Some of these testing I know. I cannot find it. That was based for certifications. Um, by the way, let me see, what is this. Well, this is confidential. That was pat the testing. I cannot show that. Anyway, I need to find. I have another information. I have the what is supposed to be the CCC certification from them, that they submit and they get approved based in the vendor, and I'm just passing the information. Okay. Oh, that was your testing. Sorry, I thought was past that. RS50 1.5. Yes, Mark. I can't remember it was 1.5. I guess it was 1.8, but it doesn't surprise me. It's possible it's not a typo. It's possible it's not a typo, and they really push hard the sales to very extreme limits for certifications. I mean, to prove that the cell is safe and stuff like that. CCC, CE certifications. It's possible. It's possible it's not a typo. And anyway, buddy, if it's not a typo, who roll up and read? Not CCC. not for CCC certs. Yeah, I no much. I'm talking about other, not that paperwork. Okay, for standard voltage. No, not the one that I have. Another documents. I have another documents that they send me. The thing is, I need to check where I put it because I don't put it together. I probably still have them in an email. Oh, in the documents. Let me see. Let me see what you are talking about. Let's see. Introduction report was. Okay, no, that's the introduction report. Let me see. 10 power presentation. I guess it's exactly the same document that Pat does sent to us. Let me see the other one, the one that I have. The one that I have. Oh, scroll up here. Oh, okay. The problem is I cannot see the chat. When in the application, when I'm doing live videos, I can't. I will have to do it maybe from the computer. Let me see if I can do it from the computer and I can read the comments from the computer. Give me 1 second. YouTube. I don't know if I can see that in my channel. Live. I'm right now live. RS50. Maybe this live. I'm right now live. RS50. Okay, I can see it. I can see it. Let me now scroll up. Not for FCC. You says I make 2 volts at 90 amp sag. Is huge and the voltage under low sag. Let me let me let me read here. This is what I'm reading right now. Much 2 volts because 90 amps sag huge and the voltage under low. The sag is phantom voltage since the voltage jump back over 3 volts. Yeah, 2 volts under 98 volts. Okay, so that's probably what they was referring to 2 volts is under that load. Okay, yeah, that's a lot of sag. 2 volts. I mean, but anyway, it's 90 amps. I can't remember what is the voltage in the 50 PLs, for example, under the same conditions. I can't remember. I have to check my videos when I was pushing 120. How much was the voltage? I can't remember, to be honest. But anyway, I mean, the fact that they test this cell 200 cycles doing that abusive test, oh my god, that blow my mind. That blow my mind. I mean, guys, what is 200 cycles? I seen people that says no, that's not too much, buddy. 200 cycles is a lot. I mean, yes, we hear 600 cycle, we hear 1800 cycle, we hear 2000 cycles. But wait a minute, just think about it. That's why I should see everyone dropping over the insane pulse rating that is useless for many. Yep, that's absolutely true because it's again just the point that you just put. Let's put cells like an EV30P. EV claiming 30 amps discharging. Hey, listen what it says. 30P. I'm not talking 30PL. That is a completely different story. EV40PL for life cycle, please. EV40PL life cycle, I believe, Mikey, in data sheet is 400. Let me see if I have that information here for you. Let's see. 40PL. Listen, maybe this is not the last data sheet. Maybe this is not the last data sheet because I haven't revised this. I'm gonna get, by the way, the last data sheet now that you mentioned that. I am curious what they says in the last data sheet. This is 40PL, okay? Let's see in cycle of life if we have that here. Um, in at least this is an old. Okay, yep. Here, cycle of life. They tested charging 6 amps. Look at how soft they went. This charging 40 amps. Actually, 40 amps is pretty decent. I thought they went softer, but 40 amps and see there is 400 cycles with over 60% original capacity. That's the 40 PL. Okay, and again, listen. This is a old data sheet. It's possible that they release a new one and those number change because much if you can talk about this, what they did with the 30 PL. You remember when they in the beginning they says 400 cycles and then they change it to 600 or 500 just because they changed from the charging rate from 15 amps. They put it back to 9 amps and then they changed the numbers to 500 because probably for marketing it looked better having 500 cycles than 400. I mean, because the charging rate, I mean, even when the 50 PLs, I don't know, there is a 18650 the past that was testing at 20 amps, which is ridiculously impressive. And much another thing that I noticed, there is a 30xg coming. I think in the roadmap there is a 10 power 30xg. That's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, against the 30 PL and against the Ampes JP30. That's gonna be really interesting. And they put it to Q2. Is supposed to be the second quarter. So by the middle of the next year, none of the cells we will ever buy will have lower cycle life. None of the big customer will ever buy on a low cycle. Exactly. I mean, today's a we are 20 almost 2026. At this point, exactly what he says. No one is gonna buy a low cycle life sale. There is no customer for that. Okay, no one in the correct mind is gonna buy something like that. So the manufacturer are not going to produce, or maybe they do, but I mean, no one is gonna buy it. I mean, every customer have their needs, but in the standard, let me put it in that way. I believe the lowest capacity today's date is gonna be maybe 300 cycles, 250, and it's still that's really good. If we want to have at least a bit longer, another one depending, very good. Exactly. So anyway, in your mind, think about it. Uh, they are gonna be producing. I mean, every day we are gonna have better and better and better sales. Okay, that's something that it is what it is. Um, Now, while we keep going talking, I need to finish this. Let me open the last pack from RS50s that I have in here because I need to finish this for you guys. I have a bunch of orders and I have to finish them. I want to test the last batch that I haven't opened. The last box that I have here. Um, Much, you notice they don't put plastic. I mean, Reliance doesn't put plastics in these cells. Let me open the other one. They don't have plastics. Some manufacturers, I really like how back package their cells very nicely. Very proud. I like that. So let's see this one. I haven't opened this. Let's see. See, no plastics. EV put plastics. What else? Most of them they put plastics. Let's test. Exactly. That's true. That's true. I mean, they are fine. They're fine. Let me grab from the center and let me grab from this corner too. One here and maybe one here. Okay. Let's check those voltage stability from these packs. Okay. You can see it there. Let me zoom a little bit. Maybe there. And I'm testing. This one is the Fluke 85, 87 5 or V, however you want to see it. Let's make more space here for me to work. 3.495, 3.495, 3.495, 3.495, 3.496, 3.495, 3.495. It's almost between the 6 and 5. 3.4595, 6, 3.496, 3.495. If I keep a press, sometimes change to 6. This one is 5. And I have 2 in 5. But it's the very last number. I mean, that's multi-cell lever consistency. Yep. I mean, for me, this is excellent numbers. I mean, in my book, it's excellent numbers. Um, Excellent numbers. There we go. Now I put it back, and I have to start filling orders, buddy. Not start. Keep going filling orders. I have all day working on that. Um, and I'm working on other projects too with the family. Um, Trying to get few things done. Maybe I'm gonna have news for next year. Trying to get out of this apartment. I mean, so again, RS50s, guys. There are not too many boxes yet. I mean, left. I sold a lot of them today, and I seen our good guys from. I don't want to mention the names, but they run out of RS50, and I don't think nobody else have RS50. I'm probably the last one having the last batches of RS50s. Nobody else has it, as far as I know. That I check, nobody else has it. I'm gonna maintain my pricing. I'm not gonna raise my price until they run out. I thought the new project may have been another Nelbix running around next year. I wish much. I wish that was the thing. But hey, I've been living 10 years rented, and I'm trying to get a house. That's that's the project. I'm trying to get a house finally. Um, let's see if God bless me next year. I mean, or sooner. Today I went to see something, and I will see. I will see. I don't wanna. You know. I will see. I will see. If that happen. I need space. I need space. A lot of space. For the projects that I'm working with. Um, Yes, yes, man. I wish, believe me, wish me the best, man. I'm trying uh, to be able to do the two things, business and resolving the housing issues, because I don't want to keep going living rented. I mean, I trash for 10 years money. Renting is paying for another one. So I want something for me, for my family. finally. Um, Anyway, something that I was going to talk as well, guys. I have the copper plated, I mean nickel plated copper available. If someone needs, I have copper nickel plated available. Let me see where is the big ones, and I have even more coming. I'm gonna have the point two. Let me read that. Mikey, you are the main integrity and people. Fine. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate those comments. I I like to be, I mean, honest. I mean, and do, I mean, the correct things. I mean, it's doing the correct things. I mean, I get better outcome than anything else. I mean, it is what it is. So I will see. I will see what is coming. What is coming, man. I have to shave. I need to. There's a bunch of going on. There's a bunch of going on happening. Many projects, things that I want to get done. I'm happy. I'm really happy, and it's like I says. I mean, you ask God for help you, but you need to help God. You know. I wake up really early every day. Every day, gonna run. Hey, yeah, much. I'm gonna be sending you those back 45Ds with the CCC logo, okay, for testing. Is five of them good for you for the testing? Let me know if five is good or you need more. I send you more. I have ten those one here. So and you need to. Okay, good. I send that to you, and I'm gonna two only. Okay, and I'm gonna be receiving very soon the JP30s as well. Yeah, the JP30s. I'm gonna be receiving that soon. I probably 1 week and the 10 powers. So I'm gonna send both as well. But I'm gonna send you ahead the bags. Okay. That one are here. So, but anyway, guys. Yes. Like I said, so you need to. We need to give a hand to God. I mean, it's like the person that is looking for a job but is sleeping until 1 p.m. You know what I mean? You need to wake up early, even if you don't have a job, just because the opportunities sometimes show up and you need to be awake to take it. I mean, that's my slogan. So I never leave for later something that I can do now. So I wake up even if I have only two orders, or I don't know if I have orders. Sometimes I just wake up. Let me check if I have orders. And believe me, I try to make them quickly and as soon as possible. Today, right now, I'm completely upside down because this obviously uh, Black Friday has been pretty good. So, and I have right now 20 plus order that I have to finish today. I'm gonna go to bed very late, even when I wake up early, because I wanna ship as more as if I can all of them tomorrow. To don't wait, let anybody wait. I gotta do it. If not, I mean the most that is I can for tomorrow, and then the rest on Monday, obviously. But I'm doing my best. Plus, there's more order coming. I hear the chime from people. More orders coming, and and again, people for the spot welders. I still have few. This has been selling everything, and I'm trying to even include the bases. I'm printing as more as I can. These bases really cool. This one is for the um, P90C and P120. These bases, DIY 500, or I'm making as well for, see, this one is another DIY 500, but I'm making for A width, like this one with the A width is the same. It's the same base. It's just different. I mean, and even if you want something very custom, let me know. I mean, if you buy one spot welder from me, I mean, it's not in the offer because I'm catching up. Right now, I sold 5 spot welders. I don't have the 5 bases ready, to be honest. But if someone of you is one of the people that bought the base and you want it, let me know. I or hold the shipping to have the base together or ship you the base separately. I mean, if because you're not gonna wait. I know you want to use the spot welder. If you buy it, you want to use it quickly. So believe me, I hear you. I'm the same. I want to ship that to you as soon as possible. Okay, guys, I have offers. If you need Samsung sales, if you need, there is a really good offer. Check it out. Still Black Friday tonight at 12. Price change. Okay, it lasts until tonight. The price. Check it out. There is really, really, really good numbers. And let me see. In the pricing, let me fix my table. I can't work like that. Let me open the store. I really appreciate everybody's. Look at this. First of all, the Flux is on sale until midnight. 15.99 from 19.99. Okay. I haven't test punch sales. I haven't reviewed, but I can. If someone need me to test them, I can do it for you. I can do it for you. This sales is on sale. Look at that. The 35V is, believe me, the best 16650 cell in my opinion that exists in the market, and even much. He have this in very high rating. 230, 226. Look at the Samsung brand in 225. The 40p is on sale, 235 as well. This spot welder is on sale. That's the UF20. Come on, don't move. The UF20 is in 129 from 140 something. It's on sale. Same with the LGs. The LGs are on sale as well. Again, those prices last until midnight. Okay, after midnight, the system automatically put it back on the regular price. I ain't alive. Give me 1 second. Da un beso. You're gonna go sleep? No? Okay, it's my daughter. She's leaving. Anyway, take advantage, especially the Flux. The Flux is, you know, that Flux, guys. I'm doing the best to keep it in. I have more even coming. I mean, but I still have like maybe 20 left, maybe less. I have to check the inventory. But I have more coming. I hope I don't run out of it. If I run out of it, it's gonna be for a short period because I guess next week I have more Flux coming. What else? Guys, thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for I forget the name, the person that tipped me something in the other life. I don't forget you, guy. That meant a lot for me. What he did. So thank you for everything, and I'm gonna keep going working here. You know, doing these orders. You're still on time. If you need to order something from the specials from the Black Friday, there's still until midnight again. And I'm doing my best to have this shipped by tomorrow, if not Monday. Okay. I'm do- anyway. I'm the faster, cheaper in the country. I'm sorry, I have to say it. Thank you, Mikey. Thank you, buddy. All right, hey guys, thank you. Subscribe to the channel. Visit the Facebook group. We are very active in the Facebook group. Our Discord channel as well. Buddy, we are all over the place. Sans God, we are all over the place. Great people, great support. Even in the store, in the chat, in the store, you can ask me a question and it goes like a text message to my. And guys, I even answer after hours. I mean, when I can. I mean, I'm a human too, but I'm trying. So hey, thank you. God bless everybody and have a great night. Thank you, Mikey. See you.